I just received in the mail my book. It's called Unselfish Women by Tawanda Kilpatrick, and I'm so excited to be participating in such a wonderful project that includes phenomenal unselfish women.
Unselfish woman. Yes, thank you, Tawanda Kilpatrick and team, for this honor of being in the Unselfish Woman book.
The pictures are just beautiful. Okay, wow.
Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat tonight. This is nice. Oh, how beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Excited to be a part of it. Beautiful, beautiful, unselfish women. I'm honored to be a part of it.
I received my book, Unselfish Women, in the mail, and I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be part of the vision.
95.
Oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Here I am, look guys. Oh my God, I'm so excited. You hear the octopus go up in my voice because I'm excited.
Numbers.
Ah, look at this. It's the book. You didn't tell me it was gonna come so early. Oh my God, Tawanda, I'm so excited. Yay! Okay. Hello. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Unselfish Women. This was an awesome experience. Oh my God, the photo shoot was so much fun. Yay! I am so excited. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
This is so well done. This is great.
And she just laughs.
I laugh all the time.
Ta-da! That looks great.
Yay! It's June 17, 2020, and the book, Unselfish Women, written by Tawanda Kilpatrick, has just arrived. There it is. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. Oh, look at that.
This is beautiful.
Mom is gonna love that.
This is so nice.
I'm so excited.
Look, babe.
Ooh. This is real.
Oh my God.
All right, Diva, let us see you.
Oh my God, look at this. I don't even want to look at it.
Oh, damn.
I never take pictures. I don't have any pictures of myself.
Wow. That is amazing. That was just such amazing quality.
I am so grateful to be inside of the book of 100 Unselfish Women. I'm humble and thankful as well to be with the rest of the queens that you have selected to be in this book.
I am here with my family, my incredible family, just to say thank you so much for allowing me to be in the Extraordinary Unselfish Woman book. I say, hey Mom, is that you?
That's nice.
Is that you? Wait.
All right.
This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Open it up. Oh my goodness. It is Unselfish Women.
She had somebody else with her. I was. Wow.
This
Look
is
at
the
that.
incredible Unselfish Women book, Unselfish Women's book that I happen to be a part of.
Welcome to the virtual Unselfish Women celebration and book launch. It's a star-studded event with a special performance by poet Teresa L. Bailey, guest speaker Cheryl Action Jackson, and a dynamic fashion show with fashions from designer Fancy. Special honors will be given to Ollie Mae Stewart, Edwina Theory, Anita Sims, Patricia Baldwin Hamlet, Yvonne Jackson, and a special salute to Jaretha Boyd Lawson. Now, here is your host for the afternoon, actress Carrie J. Baldwin.
Hello, and welcome to the Unselfish Women's virtual celebration. I'm your host, Carrie J. Baldwin, and I am so excited to be with you on this journey as we celebrate the release of Unselfish Women and take the time to highlight women from the coffee table book. They're doing amazing things in their community, and we want to showcase that with you. Today is all about celebrating and uplifting unselfish women. We hope that these positive messages stay with you and inspire you to make a difference in your community. When we return, we will hear from the fabulous creator and author of Unselfish Women, Miss Tawanda Kilpatrick.
Hey everybody, I'm holding a book called Unselfish Women. It's a compilation of over 100 women who have been successful and who have given their hearts and their lives to be unselfish in every walk of life, women of all walks of life, and they're doing phenomenal things. I got to do the foreword of this book. The author, Tawanda Kilpatrick, did an amazing job putting this together. And guess who's on page 139? I am. Man, if you could pick this book up, it will bless your life. Tawanda and I grew up together, and just amazing to see how she's blossomed and what God has done in her life. It's called Unselfish Women. Pick it up. It's going to bless your life.
The question was asked, how did you feel? You know, when I honestly got the book, Unselfish Woman, I was so excited. I couldn't wait. Matter of fact, I opened the box while I was at the mailbox, and the manager of my mailbox area was like, "What are you looking at?" And I couldn't wait to open it up and show her the pages of me right there in the book. I am so excited and so appreciative to be part of this roster of phenomenal women from all over the globe who are unselfishly giving of themselves, and I am personally thankful to be part of the group. And so gracious and so excited, and I'm just so thankful for Tawanda Kilpatrick for just doing all that she has done. Thank you to every unselfish woman for doing what you do, and thank you for including me.
Welcome back to the Unselfish Women's virtual celebration. None of this would have been possible without the creative vision of Tawanda Kilpatrick. She is an author, screenwriter, playwright, producer. The list goes on and on. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the unselfish woman herself, Tawanda Kilpatrick.
Hey guys, it's me, Tawanda Kilpatrick, and I am unselfish. I wanted to say thank you all for joining us live here on Facebook as we celebrate over 100 women that's doing amazing acts in their communities. I want to thank the amazing team that stood by me to help me get this job done. I want to also thank the amazing sponsors that came on board to help make this day happen. Now, everybody who had tickets to this event should have received their lunch by now. I hope that you guys are enjoying. We had lunch delivered right to your doorstep. Thank you guys for being patient and understanding as we found a creative way to still celebrate each of you. I will see you guys back at the end of the show because we have our amazing swag boxes that we ask you not to open until later. Thank you guys. Enjoy the show.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tawanda, for bringing this vision to life. All of us here and at home see the vision taking shape, and we are truly grateful to be a part of this journey. Next, we will hear some short messages of inspiration and encouragement from some of our special guests from the Unselfish Women's book.
Hi, my name is Laurie Wexel, I'm excited to welcome you to the Stone Ridge Event Center, even though it's only virtually. We're excited to be part of Unselfish Women, both supporting, producing the video for today, and also in the fact that I get to be one of the unselfish women honored in the book. I'm thankful for my relationship with Tawanda Kilpatrick. We were introduced a few years ago and our hearts were knit almost immediately. And Tawanda, thank you very much for this opportunity to care about people, care about you, and care about reaching out and helping other people hopefully become unselfish women themselves. A little bit of my story: I'm a mom of 14 children, which is pretty amazing. Our oldest is 35 and my youngest is 14. We have 9 daughters and 5 sons. That alone is probably a whole story in itself about being an unselfish woman. But mostly I'm wanting to share today with you the nonprofit I support and our family supports. It's called the Side by Side Brain Injury Clubhouse. The reason we support this is we've been impacted by brain injury personally. My husband suffered a traumatic brain injury almost 20 years ago, and it was very devastating. Even though it's called mild traumatic brain injury, the effects of it are not mild in any way. Mild traumatic brain injury and acquired brain injuries happen more than 3 of the most common cancers in our society. In this country alone, I believe it's 9,000 per day mild traumatic brain injuries happen. And so it's a very untalked about, unknown, but very common occurrence. And Side by Side Brain Injury Clubhouse is an amazing place. There's only 25 of them worldwide, and we're lucky enough to have one of them here in Metro Atlanta. And I cannot tell you what a life-saving place that was for my husband, for my family, for myself. It helped my husband, one, embrace that he did have differences from his head injury, and helped him focus on his strengths versus what he couldn't do anymore, and just learning how to handle life with a brain that wasn't working the way it did prior to this head injury. This organization's amazing. People that get to go there are so fortunate. Like I mentioned, there's only 25 of them worldwide. And when you suffer a brain injury, you may be in a hospital, you may be at Shepherd Center, things like that. But then once you're done being a medical patient, what happens? Life's totally different. Sometimes the simplest thing, like it's starting to rain outside, members that get to go there, can't figure out how to get somewhere because they can't figure out they need to go get an umbrella. Some of the simplest things can confuse them. And so Side by Side's an amazing organization. The members that go there, they're involved in every single decision that gets made. There's 3 main areas that are their focus there. There is the maintenance department, the kitchen and meal department, and the business department. And the members learn how to function at their highest capacity in all the different things that they're able to do there. With coronavirus now, as you can imagine, most nonprofits are really suffering, and membership that attends Side by Side is really hurting. So I really hope you all will look at Side by Side Brain Injury Clubhouse, what they do. It's so needed, and they really, really need your support and help. I want to encourage each and every one of you to buy this book if you haven't bought it yet. Read each person's story. Look up all the different nonprofits. There's so many that are worthy of your care and support. Me personally, I'm going to hope you'll support the Side by Side Brain Injury Clubhouse because of the impact that it's had on my family. And I wish you all well, and I wish each one of you would search to be an unselfish woman in your own life. Thank you very much.
Look what I got in the mail today. I am so excited, Tawanda. There I am.
Yes. I'm here.
And this is a wonderful, wonderful book. This was a great project. I am so happy to have been featured in this book with wonderful women, very inspired by all their stories.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. This is so nice, Tawanda.
Here I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so proud of you. This is so beautiful.
And guess what I got in the mail today? My Unselfish Woman book. And I'm on page 49. Thank you so much for featuring me in this awesome, awesome tabletop book. I'm humbled and honored.
Hello, and welcome to the Unselfish Women Virtual Brunch. First, I'd like to take an opportunity to say thank you to the creator and mastermind, Tawanda Kilpatrick, for creating such an awesome project. Next, I'd like to thank her creative team, the Unselfish Women family, as well as the worldwide supporters. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for recognizing women, just everyday women, for our everyday acts. Next, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Shirley Langley, and I'm the owner-operator of Shirley Langley CPA for the past 27 years. My firm provides a wide variety of accounting, taxation, representation, and consulting services. The organization that I'm supporting tonight is the Stewart Foundation. I love the work done by the Stewart Foundation. They support both women, young women, and boys in the areas of education, opportunities, innovation, leadership skills. I love the work that they do. They don't just limit it to just women or young women. They also do the boys and the women. And I love that about the Stewart Foundation. I've also helped to raise money to support the efforts that they do. And that part I love as well. I also support organizations outside the Stewart Foundation with my time, talents, and my efforts. In doing so, I've helped raise tons of money for scholarship funds. I also sit on boards for nonprofit organizations providing accounting expertise or financial expertise to those, as well as I sit on several boards for business organizations as well. So some things that I've done in the past that Tawanda has considered to be unselfish would be the sitting on the boards, the Feed the Hungry programs, the making the cash donations to organizations that support those, to walking, giving blood, asking people to do voter drives, blood drives. All of those will be things that's in my repertoire of the way that I live. You guys consider those to be unselfish acts. I consider that to be the way that I live my life. I also want to just say a little bit about I want to leave a little bit of word of wisdom to you. Live your life as though people are watching. You never know who's looking at you to see if you all talk and no show, or if you actually live the life that you speak about. If you live your life as though people are watching you every day, I know you don't care whether they're watching you or not, but you'll make better choices. And when they remember you, they'll remember you as though you wanted to be remembered, because you did the right things at the right time. So always live your life as though people are watching. And finally, I just want to say hello, other sisters in the Unselfish Women's book. You guys are wonderful. Congratulations to all of you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you much. And congratulations again to Wanda on your Unselfish book to produce a book that recognizes other women. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your brunch, everybody. Good day.
When's the last time you went on a date?
I don't have time for another dead-end relationship.
What are you looking for in a man?
Heartbeat.
Very funny.
I don't think there are any good ones left out there.
I think you should try online dating.
That white guy wrote me back, and I gave him my number so he could call me.
Why would you send him your number? He could be a serial killer.
Can't you just be happy for them? I'm more concerned about how Richard's family feels about her.
Mom, he's gay.
How can I tell?
There is so much testosterone coursing through your glands, a wet rag would raise your roof.
Oh, Lord, we thank you for Karita.
Honey, we are supposed to dress and live a life that others envy.
I'm the queen of keep my man happy.
Oh. 2 large cucumbers?
Let me holler at you, Mamacita. If I kick your butt right in the next week, now get out. Vamonos.
Her eyes were glued to that black woman's breast. Well, I thought that her bra was going to give birth to twin seals any second.
I know.
Now, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes, she is, and this one's her 5th husband.
You would say that. You are taking care of your husband, aren't you?
Ladies, all this cat fighting.
Hey, neighbor.
Hi, Karina.
I need to borrow some sugar. Do you have any? There is no vanilla for you here, honey.
The woman next party come together to play this show. They got love and each other. We've got him.
Oh my gosh. We have been waiting for this for weeks. Oh my gosh. We are so excited. Live from Dallas, Texas, we have just received our Unselfish Woman coffee table book.
Oh, wow.
We are so excited.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful.
Yes.
Look at this. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful book.
But I'm looking at this book that I am in with Tawanda Kilpatrick. Oh my goodness. Unselfish Women. Look at this. It's so gorgeous.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh wow. This is a beautiful book. Absolutely beautiful. So
You did makeup for pretty much half of the women in the book.
They look so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Greetings. We are Anna and Cynthia Hightower Jenkins, mother-daughter CEOs and lifestyle curators of All Things Beautiful Luxury Concierge.
First, we would like to take a moment to thank Tawanda Kilpatrick and the Unselfish Women team for producing such a phenomenal platform to spotlight amazing women around the world giving selflessly day in and day out within their communities. When we think of the theme, living life selflessly, I take it back to growing up in a home where both of my parents were very active in the community, so it became natural to myself and my brother to move that into our adulthood.
As businesswomen, we believe that leaving our philanthropic footprint wherever we go is a must. All Things Beautiful allows us the opportunity to do good while doing well. We incorporate a diverse portfolio of charities that support education, women, homelessness, cancer, and other diseases into our business blueprint by curating unique brand experiences and spotlighting local charities that will allow us the opportunity to share the benefits with them.
Crew d'Etoile, Dallas Mardi Gras, is an annual charity gala that my mom and I produce that spotlights local charities but also brings the spirit of Mardi Gras to the DFW area. Also, we created All Things Beautiful Travel Club to allow our clientele to experience beautiful travel itineraries around the world that one day each destination is devoted to visiting a local nonprofit and finding ways in which we can give back to that area. We believe that when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, profit follows purpose. Discover your purpose, what you can do to impact the community, and profit will follow. It does not take a huge bank account for each of us to do our part. Start with what you have.
We believe that one of the greatest acts of humanity is to sow into someone's life who can never return the deed. We choose to leave this place a little better than we found it.
Join us and the Unselfish Women team to continue to live our lives selflessly.
Yay! It's like Christmas Day, right? Oh my gosh, that I'm in here, little Jaquel, who grew up without running water in the countryside in Jamaica.
Appreciate you for allowing me the opportunity to participate in this book collaboration with all of these amazing women.
Oh my goodness, Tawanda Kilpatrick, I got my copy of our book, Unselfish Women. I can't wait.
I am so excited. We have the Unselfish Women book.
that I am featured in with 100 amazing women from all across the globe.
So excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Oh my God, Tawana. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Wait. It's so heavy. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's so colorful. Oh my God, look at the diversity. Oh, I love it. Oh my God.
I am super excited. I just got my book finally. Not only do I get to see myself, but more importantly, I get to see this 100+ other women who are really impacting the world.
Hello, I'm Lynn Stallings, the Executive Director of the Atlanta Workshop Players, which is a nonprofit performing arts company with the motto, Kids Changing the World One Audience at a Time. And they really and truly do. I am so honored and humbled that the amazing Tawana Kilpatrick invited me to participate as part of this group of powerful women. Every one of these women is an inspiration. There is much that's awesome about this world and much that needs to change. 2020 has turned out to be a year of extreme challenges, and the young artists of the Atlanta Workshop Players have tackled COVID-19 by producing video projects that found much needed humor in the challenge, and by creating startling innovations in the art of filmmaking with social distancing. The most profound project was a raw, powerful film titled Disconnected. It was about the effect of COVID-19 and the Black Lives Matter movement, the effect that has on children. It's written from the perspective of the children that are facing these things right now. Well, during the process of making this film, students discovered ways of staying connected even during quarantine, ways to fill their time with value instead of loneliness. And as they addressed the Black Lives Matter movement, we witnessed children from all walks of life, from different races and religions and gender identities, really see each other. There were important discussions and tears and laughter and friendships that were made. These kids are our future, and they are highly motivated to peacefully fight for freedom and opportunity, for justice and human decency, to fight for radical, lasting change. It's so cool. This time, I really believe that tangible change will happen. People are listening in a way that hasn't happened before. If you can teach people to hate, you can certainly teach people to love. And that's what the Atlanta Workshop Players does. You know, the women in this group are movers and shakers, they're influencers, they're world changers. And women have this innate maternal instinct to protect their children. And I believe that carries over to protect all of humankind. The heart of a woman is a powerful thing. And when women lead the way, magnificent change happens. That's what you are all doing. Thinking of others first. You are the ones who remind the world how to love. Thank you for your incredible work. I look forward to seeing all of you very soon in person. Take care. Bye-bye.
Special delivery. I know what's in here. I've been waiting for this. So there was a book written about women who unselfishly help people. And it's a coffee table book. And guess what? Guess who's in there? Yes, look at this. All of these women that you see here on the front of the book and on the back of the book, look, oh, who is that? That's me. Yeah, and all of these amazing women that they wrote a story about or told our story of how we unselfishly help people in life and how...
I can't wait to go. Let me get it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Unselfish Woman. Yes, I love this book. It's so beautiful.
Greetings, Unselfish Women. I'm on page 21 and I'm the lady in red. My name is Toy Salter, and like you, according to Tawanda Kilpatrick and her team and Gwen Richardson, who nominated me, I too am an unselfish woman. And to say that I am thankful, blessed, and appreciative of my inclusion with you amazing women would be an understatement. It's one thing to be included, and it's another to see that book come to life in the beautiful way it did. So Tawanda, you being the brainchild and the mother of this book, I think I can say, for all the women, you are a blessing that showed up in a major way in each of our lives. Thank you so much. To be unselfish is putting one's needs before your own, and essentially at its core is being in service in some way to another. A common thread throughout my life has been in service to others. It's funny because I've never really recognized it or processed it as unselfish until being included in this book. I'm the CEO and founder of Salter Financial Management, and my clients are all NBA players. My clients in the network that I have been blessed with have shown up in my life in a profound way. And when God blesses you with gifts, you are to produce fruit. My fruit has been raising money for various charities, and in particular UNCF. Well, recently after the pandemic hit and our major gala was canceled, and I was co-chairing the gala, everyone thought that we were sunk and that it was over. But I couldn't let it go. I felt that there were some people out there that had a heart for our Black and brown kids that still needed scholarships, and even more so now since jobs were lost due to COVID. But how many of you know that when God puts something on your mind and in your heart, you move on it? I picked up the phone and made 3 phone calls, and those 3 unselfish people on the other end of that phone gave me over $1 million for UNCF, and I wound up raising over $1.6 million. Well, the moral to that story is when you see where there is work to be done and where it is needed, and God says move, unselfish women do just that. 2020 is a year that no one could have predicted, and has exposed the ills of our society, the frailties of our government, of people, and even ourselves. And at the same time, it has also put a spotlight on the many needs of our community. And that's where we, as unselfish women with God's grace and mercy, show up and do the work. After going through and reading the stories of you phenomenal women, I'm convinced that we each have only cracked the surface of our capacity. Unselfish women leave nothing on the table. As much as you have done, ask yourselves, is there something else I'm supposed to do? Someone else that I can mentor? I'm reminded of this quote by Kevin Hall, who says, your gifts are not about you. Leadership is not about you. Your purpose is not even about you. A life of significance is about serving those who need your gifts, your leadership, and your purpose. To Wanda and to each unselfish woman, continue to be significant and unselfish, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you.
Powerful words from powerful women. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your stories. Up next, after a quick break, we will present to you our keynote speaker, the amazing Cheryl Action Jackson. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Beauty is as beauty does is a lifestyle movement. Not one of perfection, but one where we simply pose the questions. Do my actions line up with my character, or is my heart healed and in the right place? In a society where superficiality reigns supreme, we endeavor to remedy this false perception and replace it with one where inner beauty is paramount. A narrative where it authentically radiates from the inside, projecting to the world. Follow us on all social media platforms at Beauty Is As Beauty Does Official, as well as our website, beautyisasbeautydoes.me, where you will find all the latest fashion tips, do's and don'ts, skincare tips and regimens, upcoming events, original apparel and products, and some inspiration for your day. Connect with us. And remember, some say beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I say beauty is as beauty does.
And welcome back. We're going to keep moving forward with a message from our keynote speaker, Cheryl Action Jackson. The Unselfish Women's team couldn't think of anyone better to deliver a message of hope and inspiration to you, our unselfish family. Without further ado, Miss Cheryl Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce to you a woman who is a trailblazer and a change maker, Cheryl Action Jackson. She is a philanthropist with a story of triumph to tell. And as a catalyst of change and a champion of comeback, Cheryl Jackson discovered her life's mission through unforeseen adversity and setbacks. From being homeless and hungry to providing over 8 million meals to families through Minnie's Food Pantry, a charity dedicated in honor of her mother, she frequently travels the country sharing firsthand accounts of awe-inspiring stories to thousands on taking action and living on purpose. Pioneering trailblazer, motivational speaker, and multi-million-dollar fundraiser, Jackson walks her talk by delivering results whether through keynote speeches or corporate workshops. Dr. Jackson has been featured in several television shows and networks such as Good Morning America and the Food Network, and notable reads such as Essence Magazine. Many celebrities, including Rihanna, Mark Cuban, Jim Parsons, have worked side by side with Jackson at Minnie's Food Pantry. The 10th annual Minnie's Food Pantry Gala, where Oprah Winfrey was the keynote speaker, reached a groundbreaking monetary goal of $1.3 million. She is a special correspondent for Entertainment Tonight and a writer for Huffington Post. Putting pen to paper, Jackson authored a memoir of her journey in the book, What in the World Are You Doing? She is happily married and currently resides in Texas with her husband, and they enjoy being proud parents and grandparents. At the end of the day, Cheryl's critical mission is to be a voice for the hungry and to educate the world on how to treat someone that needs something as simple as a meal. Cheryl Jackson has been described as a monomaniac on a mission, and per Oprah Winfrey is a relentless woman who won't take no for an answer. It is with esteemed honor that we present to you Cheryl Action Jackson.
Hello, my name is Dr. Cheryl Jackson. I'm the founder of Minnie's Food Pantry in Dallas, Texas, and I'm so excited to be your keynote speaker today for this celebration and book launch of the book that was written by such a phenomenal woman, Tawanda Kilpatrick, called Unselfish Women. If you have not received this book, may I encourage you now to place your order. This book was so beautifully edited. It is one that will go on my coffee table. It will be in my office. And it's one of something that Tawanda is saying, but she's also doing. Not many women these days really want to stop and give their platform to another woman. And so that's what being unselfish is about. And Tawanda, I celebrate that in you. I celebrate that in you. And to the over 200 pages of women who are celebrated in this book, thank you so much for using your life and using your gifts to make our world a better place. Without you, there's somebody in this life in their lifetime that wouldn't know what being unselfish is really about. And so I'll tell you a little bit about me and why she may have chosen me to be your keynote speaker. I am the daughter of Robert and Minnie Hawthorne, and my grandmother, her name was Helen Allen, and she was the ice cream lady in Dallas, Texas. And I remember as a little girl, my grandmother would ride around in that ice cream truck and I would sit there. And when we would stop because the kids are running behind, I would literally be thinking, oh my gosh, we're about to get rich. We're about to get rich. And the kids would stop and they'd say, but Miss Helen, I don't have any money. I don't have any money to buy the ice cream. My grandmother would turn around and she'd look at me because I was the girl who gave my grandmother the ice cream to give to the kids. She would look at me and I'd look at her with my big eyes and she'd say, okay, give it to me. And I'd be thinking to myself, Granny, how are we going to make a lot of money? How will we be rich? And how will we get on Prosperity Street, which is where we live, but nobody was rich? How will we become prosperous on Prosperity Street if you keep giving away the goods? And my grandmother would say, it comes back to you, Cheryl. It always does. And as I watched my grandmother take her last breath, my mother told my grandmother, she said, the world would know your name. And we started a charity called Helen's House. And this charity really just honored the life of who Helen Allen was. In 2004, though, life took me for a turn. My father passed away Father's Day weekend. And now I am faced with only my mom left. And I remember looking at her and saying, Mom, I've got to do something. I went into a 3-year depression and I told my mother, I said, I want the world to know your name. And so there was a time in my life where I couldn't feed my own 2 children. My husband and I, we worked 5 jobs collectively, but we just couldn't make ends meet. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? And I remember just applying for food stamps. It was the most horrific experience ever. And I just decided, Mom, I'm going to start a food pantry, and I want to treat people the way I wanted to be treated when I needed a meal for my kids. And so I started Minnie's Food Pantry, named after my mother, Miss Minnie Ewing. She was one unselfish woman, and I celebrate her today. When I started it, I had 2 cans of corn, and I just had a heart print. No blueprint, just a heart print of how I wanted people to feel when they encountered Minnie's Food Pantry and what I wanted them to receive as a meal for their families. I went on this journey, and what a journey it has been. I've been doing this now for 12 years. In the 12 years that I started, I have seen a whole lot of hurts and pains. I just want to talk to you women who are being celebrated today. I realize that although you're being celebrated today, I know you went through something to get in this book. I pause for a moment to allow you to reflect what you went through, how you went through it, and how you got over. My mother used to sing a song, How I Got Over, How I Got Over. My soul looked back and wondered how I got over. And I'm sure a lot of nights were spent, like you and me, in the bed, crying, wondering, worrying, how will this all work out? But it's through that anxiety that you pressed. It's through your pain that you pushed. And now look at where you are today. And I celebrate that. I celebrate that. At Minnie's Food Pantry, we started off serving 10 people a day. And I was so excited about it. Yay, I'm serving 10 people. We're going to fast forward that to today. In the midst of this pandemic, we're serving almost 1,000 families every single day. We are the leading food pantry in North Texas. We've been featured on Good Morning America. The singer Rihanna has come, and she's even served with me. Jim Parsons has come with me and served, and a lot of great people, men and women of God, and just ordinary people as well. We have over 25,000 volunteers that have come through, but we started with nothing. Why am I sharing that with you? Because I don't know where you are in this phase of your life, but I know you made it through this book. And I know this is an amazing book. So you've done something great. But I just want to let you know that greater is even inside of you. And this message is just to challenge you to keep going, to challenge you to say that no matter what you see in front of you, no matter what obstacles that you face, you will win. You will conquer because you made it this far. At Minnie's Food Pantry, there are so many times I will share with you that my landlord said, hey, we're not going to renew your lease. And I've moved 4 times. And every time I've had to move from Minnie's Food Pantry, I was pushed into the next location. No, I wasn't trying to move. They just saw so many people hungry and they didn't want to see that. So they'd move me. They would not renew my lease. And every time I got moved, what I didn't realize until I look back now is I moved to a bigger building, a better location. And so I'm not sure where you are in this phase of your life, in this phase of your journey of what your purpose is and your calling is. But I will just say that sometimes a setback is a setup. I'll repeat that. A setback is a setup. It is set up for something so much greater that you didn't even pin it down, but because you chose to be unselfish, because you chose to give out of your need, that God will give it all back to you. I've seen Minnie's Food Pantry where there were times when I had no food on my shelves and I didn't know what was going to happen. And someone would come in and they would donate. The best story that I love about sharing at Minnie's Food Pantry was a time that I didn't have the rent. Have you ever been there, didn't know how you were going to make ends meet? I'm sure Tawanda was there trying to figure out how she was going to do this amazing book, because it is amazing. I went through the pages and I was just like, wow. The quality of this book, it deserves to be on every table, coffee table in America. It's just, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And the women in the book, I celebrate you again. I celebrate you. Have you ever been there? You didn't know how you were going to make it. The first time I called in sick to Minnie's Food Pantry was not because I was really, really sick. I was sick to the stomach because I didn't have the rent. And I remember thinking, God, if you told me to feed the people, why am I here without any rent? Why am I in this situation? I'm using my life. I'm doing the purpose that I know that you called me to do. But how do I win? I'm tired. What will happen? And I remember my director calling me at the time and saying, you've got to come in, you got to come in. And I didn't want to come in because I knew that my landlord was going to come to get the rent. When I got to that location, I opened up the door. There were these two kids. They were holding a sign. And that sign said, when I was hungry, you fed me. It said, Mission Possible Kids raised $2,185 for Minnie's Food Pantry. And I looked with tears falling down my face. I said, what did you do? Because my rent was $2,135. And the adult that was with them began to explain to me that in August, they had started selling M&Ms. And then they would tell the kids, buy the M&Ms, and you know, the little tubes that you put them in, and then come back and fill them up with quarters in August. And they gave me the money in October. Why am I saying this to you? Because the time that you think that nobody's even thinking about you, they are. They're thinking about you. And at the right time, they will come through and they'll give you exactly what you need. So those kids gave me enough to keep on going. There's so many people that's already placed on this earth to give you what you need. Don't fret. Don't give up. Being unselfish means you're going to lose some things. I've had to experience that personally. The woman behind me, you see her praying. My mother was a praying woman. I remember Mother's Day weekend. I just talked to my mom. She told me how proud she was of me. And she said, Cheryl, she said, call me back. I was going into a board meeting. I hung up that phone. I said, I'll call you back. Turned my phone over. After the board meeting, when I turned it over, I'd missed so many calls. When I called my family back, they said, rush home if you want to see your mom again. When I made it there, my mother had passed away. She had passed away. And I literally didn't think I would have the strength or the courage to go on. Those were hard days for me. Hard days will come. They will come. But I want to challenge you to push through them. I remember my sister telling me, Cheryl, you named Minnie's after our mother, but it was something that God gave you to do. And so whatever it is that you are doing, ladies, just remember, it's something that God gave you to do. It's some passion and some purpose that He's instilled in you. Some vision that He's already given to nobody but you. Some of the decisions you will make, they won't understand why you make them. And it's okay, because it's not their purpose. It's not their destiny, and it's not their journey. They are to help you, but you're to guide that ship. So my mother passed away, and I just remember sitting on a bed, crying, and saying, God, if this is to be, I haven't asked for any donations. I have nothing. What's going to happen? I couldn't ask. I was that depressed, that heartbroken, and let me tell you, it's been more times than I care to tell you that that's happened. I got a text from a lady named Oprah Winfrey, and she said, Cheryl, I didn't know your mother died. I'm going to donate $100,000. Producer Mark Burnett and his wife Roma Downey. My mother, ironically, would make me watch Touched by an Angel. And here she is, Roma Downey, being the angel. And she and her husband each donated $50,000. Mark Cuban donates $101,000. I'm telling you this because there'll be a point in your life that even though you're unselfish, there's a time when your hands can literally be tied. There's a time where your mind can literally be messed up. But all around you, things are still going into place. Why? Because you paid the way. You paid your dues.com. And God is saying, because you paid your dues, I got you. I got this. There are going to be doors that are open that you'll wonder how you walked in them. Don't worry about them. You walked in them because you deserve to walk in them. And I challenge you to continue in the steps that you are taking. Continue being the bold, brave, beautiful woman that you are. Continue to be the voice of whoever and whatever you are called to be. And as you continue, watch, and take a moment to breathe it in. Breathe in the success of what being unselfish gives back to you. Breathe in that you are a life changer. That because of you, someone else. Life is better. Breathe it in. There were moments where I was feeding thousands of people and I was just running and running and running, and someone grabbed me by my hand and said, look. And I looked out my window in my office and I saw the thousands. A girl who started with 2 cans of corn, but decided not to be unselfish, just like Tawanda Kilpatrick did with this book. There's so much that's going to come to her, but it's going to come to you too. Yes, your name was mentioned in this book, but I'm going to challenge you to keep doing things. If there's another book that we want to be mentioned in, and we want to hear him say, well done. Tawanda, today I tell you, my unselfish sister, well done. And to those of you whose names made it into this first edition, well done, well done. Keep going, because the best is yet to come. My name is Cheryl Jackson. You can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and follow me as I go on my journey, just like you, of being an unselfish woman. Greater is coming. Thank you, and have a great day.
Tawanda Kilpatrick Originals is a content creation house for TV, film, stage, books, and more. Partnered with 1253 Entertainment, a production house that produces TKOs and other contracted content. My team welcomes working with you soon.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Oh, I think I'm nervous. I think I'm shaking.
Are you? You?
Do the dance, do the dance, do the unselfish dance. Oh my God, it's you.
This is gorgeous. This is
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
This is, I mean, this book. This is absolutely. Stop.
Yes.
The madness. Do you hear? Mommy, who's this? Ah! She knows mommy.
Wow.
Oh, it's pretty. It's really beautiful, beautiful.
Yes. Wow, this is a weapon too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you know, oh, beautiful. Wait a minute. You know, I've been waiting on this right here. Shut up. Look
Yes.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. I am LaShawn Williams, and I am the presiding judge of Harris County Civil Court at Law, number 3, here in Houston, Texas. And I'm so happy to be here with you and to be a part of Unselfish Women. So honored that Ms. Kilpatrick contacted me and asked me to be a part of this. So I want to just give a few remarks, and as always, I want to share something from my heart, something that I hope will impact you as much as it has me. And it's a short poem by Marianne Williamson. And many of you are probably familiar with it. So, our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, but it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, unconsciously we give people permission to do the same. as we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And I think that's exactly what Ms. Tawanda has done for us. As an attorney for 24 years and now as a presiding judge, I am so humbled to be able to use that platform in the law to serve and mentor young girls, girls who might not otherwise have exposure to judges and attorneys, disadvantaged girls who know that they are destined for greatness, but they just need someone to tap into them and help them figure that out. As a mother of a beautiful little girl who, much like me, endured some painful things in her younger part of her life, I understand, and she understands now, that that doesn't define us. And so I hope that you all will continue on the path of being an unselfish woman. Servanthood is what it is, because indeed it is good to let your light shine so that the rest of us can have permission to also let our lights shine. So that's my challenge to you today. Stay on this path. Thank you, Ms. Kilpatrick. Thank you, everyone else. Sisters, let's shine. Continue to be unselfish women. I love you, and I wish that I was there with you. Stay safe, everyone. Mask up. Stay safe. Thank you.
Nikeo Music Group presents Crystal Cameron's release of her new single, Joy, available now online wherever music is sold.
Depression, oppression, we must say goodbye. Life is too short to just sit here and die. You must find your purpose. Your purpose is love, 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 love. Don't have to worry. Keep loving. Today is a new day. That's coming. Everything's brand new. My darling, today it starts with you. Put your head up, stand up, and know you win the battle of the day. Put your smile on, be strong, let joy be the strength of your day. Put your head up, stand up, and know you win the battle of the day. Put your smile on, be strong.
Mama, you're the man, president forever, but it's not you. Who is it? Who could be more exciting? I heard unselfish women. Nerve, gall, and vision to put who? Moy in the book. That's me. Congratulations, team. That's it. Unselfish Women. Get your copy today. I'm even quoted on the back. Go, girl.
Brannon Osborne here, and I am so excited. Something so special to me has arrived in the mail. It's something that has humbled me so much being a part of it. Unselfish coffee table book. I was like in tears. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, I'm tearing up over here.
Thank you.
All these beautiful women.
Oh. Okay, guys, she's just making me cry here. Show him your picture.
I don't want to look at my picture. I want to look at everybody else's pictures.
We honor the lives of the women who have shown us what it truly means to live life selflessly. Thank you for lighting the way.
Unselfish Women, Tawanda Kilpatrick. This creative champion, this gifted sage, epitomizes unselfishness, sharing the spotlight and amplifying others at their best. Her appeal, her magic, her beauty always comes through as she points the light back to others, and yes, even on you. Unable to hold the compliment and keep it to herself, this highly sought-after woman gives freely with her every breath. What is her secret? What is this reason? Where does this strength come from? From her heritage, from her colleague, or maybe some favorite buddy or charm? The secret isn't a secret, as she is previously stated. There are a certain sect of women that she values and that simply must be celebrated. The celebrated six are seasoned with age and some have even passed on. But she purposed to highlight them for their grace, their beauty, and their lifelong charm. Sally Robinson, Tawanda's great-grandmother, Mom Sally as she was known. Who said a woman was defined by her educational status? Who said a mother was defined by her appealing physical strength? Or whether or not she had a man walking by her side as he watched her strut and maybe even glide. Despite her ailments, traits, and trials and tribulations, she taught kindness and forgiveness. That was her daily plea. Lord, help me as I live my life unselfishly. Who said, or whoever said, did not know Mom Sally's greatest strength came alive while lying in a bed? She actually gave strength to the one we now call Nappy Head. Who said? Yvonne Bratwith Jackson. Yvonne described herself as a grandmother who rocks with her hands in the air. Never too old, she declared. She was young at heart, but she really did care. She cared about people, saying if there's a heartbeat, there's hope. She was never afraid when dreams were stopped, preempted, and some even eloped. Like others, she was always planning to retire with dreams of becoming. But God's plans were given top priority, and however and often, they were often stunning. Unselfishly laying aside her personal agenda to sit and write, Yvonne stepped up to raise her beautiful granddaughter without even a fight. She said her perseverance came from her faith in her God, for she knew he was there, especially when times were really hard. And at 73 years old, with her pen in her hand, she wrote her bio, and she was sounding very strong. But God had another plan, and it came in differently, because in 2020, he came and took her home. Rest in peace, Yvonne Jackson. Anita Sims, a self-described diva at 90 years young, who loves to travel and have a little fun. While life was not always easy, through tragedy and all, Anita became resilient after every emotional fall. This retired nurse who has nurtured so many had a story to tell. But in the end, she testifies that she keeps herself looking good and staying healthy, always being well. Unselfishly devoted to her grandchildren, she loves attending to them. This grand diva is proud to cater to their every little whim. Dependable and responsible are the words on her shelf. And she declares readily, if you want something done right, honey, you better do it yourself. Ollie Mae Stewart, Tawanda's aunt, the rock became a rock, using her amazing wisdom, knowledge, and voice. Becoming an advocate, she declared, was a calling. She simply had no choice. Isaiah 6:8 asked the question, who shall I send? Ollie donned one of her signature crowns, and in 1970 she answered, Lord, I'm all in. Unselfishly strapped with her super strength, she stood regal and almost looked tall, daily advocating for the disabled and the elderly with an unmitigated gall. Strapped with the truth of her word, Ollie presented at conferences in the White House with her message that she needed to be heard. Edwina Theory, before bricks were used in houses, before knives were used to slice bread, God was fashioning this masterpiece that we all would one day call Ed. Compassionate and talented with an exceptional ability to calm, this same woman carried within her the capacity to cook and make you have some fun. Always determined to make a difference in others' lives, the wealth of the wise and discernment rests easy behind her beautiful hazel eyes. Unselfishness is innate, Ed said, resonating deep within her soul. It is the story that she brings, For she continues with her life verse saying, God is the blessed controller of all things. Cosetta Chestnut, better known as Mama to Tawanda, her grandmother. When giving is who you are, when loving is who you are, when caring is who you are, when you are grandmother, mama, that's just who you are. She gave of herself with all that she had. She gave freely to Tawanda, whether it was good or bad. She loved without question and protected her heart. She loved when Tawanda fell, laughed, or cried. She loved every part. She cared when she was needed throughout all the years. And yes, she taught Tawanda to live unselfishly, even through her tears. When others discounted me and called me nappyhead, Tawanda declared it was her unselfish love that helped me and taught me to forgive instead. From her humble beginnings, Marvel, Arkansas, Cosetta prepared Tawanda to meet the world. To the unselfish women, there's a new style of woman who has entered every town. Multiple are your hues, black, white, yellow, and yes, even brown. Altruistic to the core, she's exciting, invigorated, delightful, and certainly not a bore. Humanitarian, willing to give her very last dime. These women have no issue with working overtime. Oh, not on a job, as some might think. These women hold hands, cry with you, pray with you, and help you clean your house, even down to your kitchen sink. Chivalry is a word often used to describe men. Oh, honey, that ain't true. For when you meet an unselfish woman, you may even meet you. For you see inside of all of us, as the author has said, we all possess the capacity to lead and to be led. Women who know their strength are bold and confident, never having to worry about giving because they know the supplier of that strength. You know who you are with your powerful self. You see, you give until you can't, knowing it doesn't matter if there's nothing left. Oh, there's always a little more for the distraught and the poor. Your kindness is the bait, like fish hanging and biting on an unselfish lure. Your CEOs, your lawyers, judges, philanthropists, chefs, politicians, filmmakers, and more. Oh, there you are, women, real estate brokers, fashion designers, authors, influencers galore. You're all celebrated with the being and a twist. No room for ego and definitely not a tight fist. Hear me one and hear me all. There are too numerous of y'all to name, but you've all heard the call. You take that call late at night or any other inconvenient time. You see, your testimony is always the same. One day, I hope somebody will take mine. But that's not your motivation. You're a woman, like a regal tree. And like that tree, you provide shade and fruit, always giving unselfishly. An unselfish woman is your fierce protector. Your fan, she has your back. She won't run when you're down and will cheer you on when you run, no slack. Notice absent from these accolades are physical stature, for it doesn't matter if your hair is long, short, you're bald, or even like mine, natural. Your physique is of no issue, you fine, foxy thing. Beauty is indeed in the eye of the beholder. That's the name of this game. Unselfish women aspire to be creative life changers. Our one goal in life is to help you as we become rearrangers, to help somebody, to increase somebody, to strengthen them on their way, to encourage them so that one day maybe they too will be able to say, in this life that I was given, where I was born to be free. Maybe, perhaps one day, I too can help someone else to live unselfishly.
We honor the lives of the women who have shown us what it truly means to live life selflessly. Thank you for lighting the way. I don't know how the show can get any better, but when we return, we'll have our social media host, Brooke Tierra, and fashion designer, Miss Fancy, kick off what you all have been waiting for, the Unselfish Women's Fashion Show featuring dynamic women from the Unselfish Women's book. Don't go anywhere.
Here it goes. I know you couldn't be here to hand me, so I have someone, oh my goodness. Look, girl, you know you bad. Unselfish Woman, Tawanda Kilpatrick, a coffee table book that gives back. And bam, there I am.
Wow. Hey. Look at you, Mommy. There we go.
This is amazing, awesome. I cannot wait to go through each and every single paragraph on this book. I want to read all the experience of every amazing lady in this book.
Tawanda, my books came today. I got them. I'm so excited. Listen, girl, I have to tell you, I didn't realize how beautiful all of this is. And for me to be in this, I never thought I would ever be in a book.
Lifestyle model Jaretha Lawson has spent most of her life in front of the camera. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, she started modeling at age 28 with the Shirley Hamilton Model and Talent Agency. She was on her way to becoming a lifestyle model for numerous household brands and gracing the runway while landing covers of many magazines. This Chicago girl was not taking no for an answer. Unbeknownst to her, while working with David and Lee in Chicago, she met the love of her life, fellow model Ben Lawson. The couple moved on to model in Miami, Florida together with Michelle Palmier and the Green Agency.
We did jobs together for cruise lines like Carnival and Royal Caribbean.
After that watershed moment, she signed in 2001 with the Ford Modeling Agency, taking her career to higher depths, increasing her time in front of the camera.
I did photo shoots for Target, Macy's, JCPenney, and Burdines.
In 2006, Jaretha graced the cover of Arthritis Today and became their health monitor spokesperson in 2008. During this time, suffering from arthritis herself, Jaretha launched her clothing line, Jaretha Chic and Classic Comfort Wear, which was designed to be stress-free with no buttons, zippers, or snap.
I'm gonna do my own line of clothing. I'm gonna go and shop and find fabrics that are soft and comfy and pretty. And so that's what I did. What feels good?
The ease, the comfort, style.
Another thing you may not know about this, it's wash and wear, honey.
She kept going and wanted to give more of herself, so she went on to work in education in Georgia. Currently, Jaretha still works in front of the camera, along with her loving husband, Ben. We salute lifestyle model and educator, Mrs. Jaretha Boyd Lawson, for her unselfish work in education and in the community.
And just like that, we're back. Please welcome Brooke Tierra and Fancy of Strictly Editorial.
Thank you, Carrie J, and greetings to you all. I'm Brooke Tierra, the social media manager for Unselfish Women, and we'd like to thank you for joining us this afternoon. You are about to experience some amazing fashions from the one and only Fancy of Strictly Editorial. So sit back, relax, and get into this runway. Before you do that, please follow us on Instagram at Unselfish Women and check out the website www.unselfishwomen.com. Without further ado, Fancy.
I found it too. I found the baby movement. I put it in the
Hello, everyone. I am Fancy. And who is Fancy, you ask? Fancy is an all-around creative gal. And, you know, since I'm a lover of nicknames, of course, I actually adapted this name because someone was talking about me. I overheard someone having a conversation about me, and they were like, oh, I'm not surprised. She seems to be really fancy. And I was just like, I'm new to the state of Georgia. Nobody really knows me like that yet. And I'm really trying to make a name for myself. And I just felt like the last time I heard Fancy was the Jamie Foxx show. So I just adapted the name Fancy. And I don't know, I'm just so crazy. Like I actually literally made my family call me Fancy. Like I wouldn't even answer them if they called me by my real name. So I made my friends and family call me Fancy. And then, you know, if you say something enough, you end up being that. And so I am that because I was that. And so this is that. Strictly Editorial is my clothing brand. It is very dear to my heart because that's actually my rebound brand from the first brand that I had that I wasn't able to use. And so for like 2 years, I made myself crazy trying to figure out a new name that would fit me and that would say what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to find a brand name. I didn't want it to be too feminine. I didn't want it to be too masculine. I needed it to adapt to the masses. And so I came up with Strictly Editorial because of the wave that the world is right now with clothing, fashion becoming so crazy. It's like everyone, to me, has become like editorial. Everyone seems to be ready to be in a magazine, ready to have an editorial shoot. And I just felt like it went with the times. And so when I came up with the name, I was really excited and confident about it. And now I see that it fits because I am strictly editorial. And that's the type of pieces that I'm going to be bringing to your closets. Good personality. I have integrity. I really care about your brand. I really care about you as a person. And I'm not like here to like, you know, bust your head open with prices and stuff like that. I feel like I'm pretty fair with my prices, and that's probably the number one reason why people come to me, because my prices are so well for the quality of work. DM me on my Instagram, which is at She So Fancy, she_so SEW_fancy. That's Instagram, or Strictly Editorial on Instagram for the actual brand. And I am also Fancy on Instagram, or Fancy on Facebook, and Strictly Editorial on Facebook as well. So just contact me through there.
everybody, it's your girl Sophia White, and I'm here today to first of all say stay safe while we can't do anything else but be in the house. That's first thing. Secondly, wanted to say thank you to Tawanda and an amazing team of people that have chosen to honor me along with many other astounding and dynamic women that are doing great things in the community. I'm honored to be in the midst of this, let alone being mentioned in any type of way. What I do from my heart, and I do just want it to make a difference. But for those of you coming behind, get ready, because I'm sure she's going to do it even bigger the next time. But in the meantime, stay safe and do understand that we will be together soon, I'm sure, somewhere, doing something with somebody. Okay, maybe not. This COVID thing has got me all messed up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Tawanda.
At Atlanta Life Insurance, we know it's important to meet your expectations. Our founder's vision started over a century ago and continues to grow, offering personal insurance, commercial insurance, and group reinsurance. With a foundation that teaches at-risk inner-city kids skills to become successful business leaders, only asking that they pay it forward. While we've grown in status with you and our partners over the years, we've never forgotten how we began and what it took to get where we are today. Atlanta Life Insurance Company, delivering peace of mind for over 100 years.
Now it's time to close out our celebration. But wait, I know you've been waiting patiently. Waiting to open up your Unselfish Women's swag gift box. For those of you who purchased a ticket to the brunch, now is the time to open up your special gifts.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Awesome. My team and I worked very hard to make this day happen. We still wanted to find a way to celebrate you. So now it's time to open up the little white box. These are called our Unselfish COVID box. Alrighty, so if you have your boxes, let's open them up together. Yay! The Unselfish Women mask. How awesome is that? These were designed by Fancy of Strictly Editorial. Also in the box, we have hand sanitizer, lotion, and our gratitude keychain. And also a thank you card for each of you inside your box. Thank you all for such an awesome opportunity to celebrate you and spotlight you. I hope you guys be blessed and take care. Stay safe and wear your mask. Bye-bye.